is frustrating at times. What does a local business need to do to get customers? You need to have a great product. You need to make people that could potentially buy your product know about it. You can do that through content. You can do that through advertising. You can do that by going to the Chamber of Commerce. You can do that by fucking cold calling every single business in town. Like, fuck, man. There's just so many ways to do it. But one way not to do it is to watch my videos and read Seth Godin's books and ponder and strategize and whiteboard all day and debate with your brother and wonder why. Like, lack of action is one way not to do it. One thing I'm doing is I'm constantly in motion. I'm constantly in motion. I'm changing my products. I'm changing my game. I'm changing all the time. I'm redoing my pitch deck for VaynerMedia. I've got different ideas of how to sell it. Fucking learn how to love losing. Learn how to love losing like I do. You know why I'm not scared of testing? Because I don't fear the loss. I don't fear people laughing at me. Fucking laugh at me. Go ahead, laugh at me. I don't give a fuck. Try to laugh at me. Laugh at me with your opinions. Let's talk results. You know, can you laugh at me? People that are beating me. You're Zucks, you're allowed to laugh. Elon, you're allowed to laugh. Saka, laugh at me. You're loud. If you're not beating me, don't fucking laugh. Who are you scared to fail in front of? The reason so many of you are not doing what you want to do is you're scared to fail in some. You're scared that your brother will judge you, your wife, your girlfriend, your husband, and most scary, your mom or your dad. You need to eliminate that and/or own that fear and put yourself in a position to succeed. Because with all of this, we are now in the greatest era. For the first time ever, with no fucking money, with no goddamn connections, this can put you on the map. If you're good enough, if you are good enough to be up here, to make bling bling, if you are good enough, nobody's stopping you. Not fucking Donald Trump, not the fucking Russians, nobody. We have to understand what we're good and bad at, and you have to let go of what you're bad at. You have to. If you're naturally bad at singing like I am, you shouldn't put your career and your life in a position to become a professional singer. It's a bad idea. And I think a lot of people want to be entrepreneurs and business people because it sounds glamorous to make $1 million a year on your terms, on your own schedule. The problem is it's a talent. It is a talent to be a business person, and you can become the best version of yourself, right? But it's like being pretty. Like, you can become prettier, you can get tans, you can work out, you know, but mom and dad had sex at the right moment and your nose is your nose. Now you can have plastic surgery. There is no plastic surgery in business. So I need people to wrap their head around that. There is no quick cure. The hard work matters and the patience is what overrides it, right? I don't need to get mines at 25. Heck, I don't need to get mines at 45. This is a long, long game. I'm very driven by the climb, right? I think being an immigrant, I guess, or just having this DNA, I don't like winning. I like losing. I like the struggle. I don't give a shit about the stuff that comes along. But the game is my drug. Like, there will never be a game over for me. There's no dollar amount. The game, the process, the climb, that is the drug that drives me. That is my oxygen. That's what I love. And so every day is gonna go by. 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. And you're gonna look for the short game. You're gonna look for that miracle algorithm. You're gonna look for that one move that's gonna change your outcome. And you're gonna continue to search and play the short game while I keep putting in the work, the hours, the long-term value, and putting in the work while everybody else is hoping and dreaming. I'm gonna be executing. You play the short game. I'll keep playing the long game. Look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what do I want to do every day for the rest of my life? Do that. I promise you can monetize that shit. If you love Alf, do an Alf blog. You collect Smurfs, Smurf it up. Whatever you need to do, do it. So many people are talking about, I can't monetize. There's a billion 70-year-old douchebags that are in control right now. But the number 2 person, that 34-year-old lady, she's gonna buy your shit. She's gonna put the advertising on your stuff. It's coming. Stop crying and just keep hustling. Hustle is the most important word, ever. I've now had a career for 20 plus years. I, at every minute, was running one of 2 companies. Wine Library or VaynerMedia. There was never a day in my life where I didn't have something that I called the 80% of what I do.
That's right.
It's exactly what you were saying.
Yes,
I call it the meat, the main dish. You can go and have side dishes, and if your meat, if your steak is perfect, you'll always be able to absorb the losses because they're smaller losses, and then when something over here becomes bigger, you can turn that into the main part, and that could become the steak. Too many people have all side dishes and no steak. You need to build brand equity. It's about brand equity in yourself, because you never know what could happen, right? Lehman Brothers, anything can happen. This whole space is gonna crash next year. It's gonna be awesome. Huge opportunities. Get ready. But if you have brand equity, you will be fine. You're a student, all you wanna do is read and consume and ponder, make pretend, and talk about how you're gonna. Fuck you're gonna. Go do it. You can only read so much, you have to do. I'm an extreme, maybe I'm different, I don't learn that way, I don't read anything. And that's not right, but is it right to read all of them? Shit, how many fucking books from these experts do you need? Do shit, learn, put in the work. They gotta change, you gotta evolve. Like Madonna did it right. She reinvented herself 14 times. That's why she had a long career. You know, like you've gotta reinvent yourself. You know, so let's talk about sports. When you're the best athlete, and you're like the guy, and you're like one of the top 15 players, Draymond Green, he's my buddy. Draymond really worked on his game every offseason. You know, Ricky Rubio, the flashy point guard from Minnesota, if he developed his outside shot, he would have been a much bigger player. He had all the passing skills, the quickness, he's got everything. If instead of going to Ibiza and fucking chicks in the off season, he worked on his 18-foot jumper, he'd be in the game. If you have ambition, your actions have to match that. And too many people are just like not putting in the work. Their mouth is way ahead of their fucking actions. Like, really? You're gonna be the greatest NBA player of all time? Why? Because you think you got a little handle on the weekends? You need to shoot 15,000 free throws before school every day. So if you have a feel, if you want to do it, I don't want to hear about this 9-to-5 bullshit. What's that? You quit? I quit. Nice. I don't want to hear about this job thing, right? 9 to 5, I don't have time. If you want this, if you're miserable, or if you don't like it, or you want to do something else and you have a passion somewhere else, work 9 to 5, spend a couple hours with your family. 7 to 2 in the morning is plenty of time to do damage. But that's it. It's not gonna happen any other way. You're not gonna make stickers and give out swag and everybody's gonna give a shit about your site. I got wristbands. That is the key. Patience. There's a site that I'm very fascinated with. I'm in like with you. I think about it all the time actually, randomly. It's a site that I believe should be a killer. Video, gaming is just so on the verge of exploding. The guy, Charles, he's got it. He's got that it factor. He's a little bit of a douchebag, but he's got it. Right? And he loves being a douchebag. He is so authentic, I love him for that. He's who he is, and he's hustling and he's trying. And I'm telling you, if he's patient enough, and if the right moment strikes, that site is gonna be huge. And there's so many sites out there that are obvious to me, and too many people giving up. There's so many people giving up because they don't believe, and please stop doing this, by the way, while I'm at it. Don't come out and say, well, we're the Facebook plus Dig minus Flickr and Delicious on the flip side. That's horseshit. Do what you're about. Please. I'm done.
Gosta de empreendedorismo e gostaria de criar um negócio dos seus sonhos? Então se inscreva na minha lista VIP e eu vou te enviar toda semana vídeos com histórias de empreendedores de sucesso. E também vou te mostrar as melhores formas de se criar um business totalmente online para você ter a liberdade de fazer o que ama em qualquer lugar do mundo. Então clique onde está escrito lista VIP e faça parte dessa comunidade de empreendedores que vão criar sua própria realidade. E se você gostou desse vídeo, deixe o seu like, se inscreva no canal e deixe os seus comentários com dúvidas e sugestões para os próximos vídeos. Um grande abraço e até o próximo vídeo.